We're getting closer to our eventual goal. We head east from the town of Quesnel on our way to our destination of Barkerville. Everyone in BC knows of the historic gold rush town of Barkerville, but very few know of its neighbor, the hard rock mining town of Wells, which has become a tourist attraction of its own. Artists love it here, and you can see they've painted the town as well. Check out the museum.
Welcome to the Wells Museum. My name is Arlo Olsen, and this is my first time in this museum, and I love it. As you can see, I'm getting work done at the moment. So come by when you have time, and I'll work on you, and I'll share some history. Thank you.
My name is Dave Jorgensen, and I have a company called White Gold Adventures, and when people come to Barkerville, they get an opportunity to see the past, but what we do with White Gold Adventures is we connect the past to the present by showing you modern mining that's still going on Williams Creek and other creeks in the region.
If Barkerville was the gold panning capital back in the 1850s, then Wells became the hard rock mining capital years after the original gold rush, using heavy equipment to go after what gold was left. There was a lot left. But in the beginning, miners looking to get rich followed the Fraser River to the north, then the creeks, all the way to the source, the incredible Mother Lode, Barkerville.
If glaciers and rain and time do the same thing, then gold gets released in various sizes from sand grains to nuggets bigger than those rocks. And then they get moved around by subsequent glacial periods or by rivers, glacial rivers, or just interglacial rivers, and you end up with gold nuggets in the gravel. So in the 1850s, people were coming up the Fraser River finding gold nuggets in the gravel. And they brought the trail, they sniffed the trail all the way up and they came to Barkerville. Barkerville is famous because you could walk down the creeks here and flip over a rock and see gold. Some of the gold commissioners talk about guys shoveling, like panning with a shovel and having 10 pounds of gold on the shovel. It's so ridiculously unbelievable. I mean, you would think that when you read it, you're just like, it couldn't possibly be. I worked on a mine claim a year ago on what's called the Heron Lead, and they said there was 10 pounds to the foot of gold there. Our goal at that time was to find the missing 20 feet of Heron Channel. Some guys had tunneled down the Heron Channel, cleaned it out. Some guys had tunneled up the Heron Channel and cleaned it out. And there was 20 feet of ground that had never been worked. So there's some guys that to this day, this is their third season, and they are looking for that 20 feet of channel. 20 feet of channel, 200 pounds of gold. It's a lot of ounces.
Looks like people are still looking for gold in Barkerville, although you aren't going to find it washing down the creek. This is Williams Creek, at one time the richest creek in the world, where you could find gold just by turning over a rock. The creek is right next to the town, so let's go have a look at what Barkerville looks like today. The entire town has been carefully constructed to look just like Barkerville would have looked like back in 1863 at the height of the gold rush. Actors and animators play the part of the citizens.
Good day. My name is Isabella Hodgkinson. I'm a laundress here in town, but I used to be a hurdy-gurdy dancing girl. I came here in 1865 and worked at the Adler and Berry Saloon. Well, the journey actually took about 4 months. And of the 250 who originally set out, only 89 of them actually spent a season here on Williams Creek.
That's not to say, however, that the others died.
Oh, heavens no. Only 7 died.
Well, I work at the Caribou Sentinel, actually, the newspaper office here in town. I'm sure you're quite aware of the process. I'm actually going to be opening it up today, 3:15. Going to have a talk on the printing press, how it was brought up here. That was quite a journey.
I'm going on the bellows right now, which goes there into the bottom of the fire, which heats up the coals, which heats up the fire, which heats up the metal. In there, I've got over 4 pieces. I'm working on a lawn ornament, I'm working on a fire poker, I'm working on an apprenticeship assignment that my master's assigned to me.
The town has everything from a church to a haberdashery. I'm so impressed with the hat shop that I buy one for myself.
First of all, the thing you have to realize is a hat like this from around 1867 is the perfect everyday.
You can't actually stay at the hotel or get your teeth pulled, but there is a real B&B where you can stay overnight.
Welcome to the Kelly and King House in the historic town of Barkerville. It's the only one of the few places that you can actually come and stay overnight on site. So the historic houses have been renovated to accommodate people that want to come and stay. It's a very quiet town at night, just us and the ghosts, and you can listen to the stagecoach going by during the day and all sorts of activities. So come and stay with us. We'd love to have you.
Morning we're going to have a breakfast fruit salad with vanilla yogurt and homemade granola for toppings. Then you're going to have apricot scones and eggs and cheese omelette after.
If you stay at the B&B and get up right at dawn, maybe you'll see some ghosts yourself. After all, it is a ghost town. Few people know it, but the Chinese had a huge influence on the gold rush. There's still a strong Chinese involvement in Barkerville today. Barkerville even had its own Chinatown. Today you can find several buildings, including a very real Chinese restaurant, where you can enjoy lunch.
Welcome to Barkerville. Come into our restaurant, Long Ducktown Restaurant.
That concludes our visit to Barkerville and our trip to the Gold Rush and the Motherlode. The Caribou remains one of the last great vestiges of the old Wild West. The real deal, off the beaten track, raw and unspoiled. Make sure it's on your bucket list to do soon.